Hello everyone, welcome back. Thanks for sharing your energy with me today. My name is Jane. I'm a psychic and an energy intuitive. This channel is for healing. It's will help bring us insight and guidance and education, truth, confirmations, and activate our soul blueprint. So all sessions are timeless. So whenever you find it, it's the right time for you. And don't try to force anything or try to make anything fit. And let the magic begin. Welcome, group one. See here, pyrite. Bring on the abundance. Ooh, starting out good on this one. Okay, so we're going to just jump right into the tarot. Okay, so they're asking me to bring out one of these. This is a new deck. It's a Palladian Wisdom deck. And there's some interesting things in this here. So we're going to hold this card here. Healing, changing form. Oh my gosh, look at that heart. There is nothing wrong with you. You are simply changing into a lighter version of yourself. I don't know if they got the right card for this. The right card, Spirit. I just heard trust. Okay. So you bring on the abundance. You're either working on that or you're ready for it. Okay, King of Cups here. So this person is a fair-minded kind of person. They're open-minded. It's all about family. This type of person isn't one that would like stand out in a crowd, probably more like a wallflower type individual. This person seems to just like everyone. They get along with everyone. They take easily to other people. And you can lean on them, that's for sure. But when somebody is like that, like you should always offer a shoulder for them to cry on to, because they're not one to ask for that. So just try to keep that in mind if you're dealing with somebody that's you. Could be either or. Okay, so the Queen of Knives, look at that. You get the King of Cups and the Queen of Knives. Okay, so the Queen of Knives is like a really good listener. And they're really smart. Whatever they decide to do in their life, whatever field that they go into, they tend to master it. But other people might look at what they do and it would just seem like a whole different language to them. This person also has a lot of perceptions and they have like a knowing about things. So that tells me that this person has a lot to do with their intuition. This person too, because it's like the Queen of Knives, this person could also be harsh when she's giving out, or he is giving out criticism. Yeah, this might be something that you might want to pay attention to, that because you don't want to be hurting people without, like, you're not trying to intend to hurt anyone. Oh my gosh, you have the Three Cups here too, and Three Cups is all about like celebrations. So this could be like a group of friends or a family that you celebrate with, somebody that you can tell your troubles to, and your party friends that like to celebrate with you. Okay, so what's going on here? I wonder if this is like some kind of union or something. You feel like you bring on the abundance, so it could be like about the relationships. And okay, so you have the Two of Wands. This is all about balance, and then plus it's all about like being focused too, because like even the Queen of Knives, like, you know, how she's holding that knife, like she has the focus, just like the Two of Wands has this focus, but yet they're still able to balance. Yeah. And the other thing too is the number two, it, you know, represents here, this card represents how, you know, you won't have like all that many choices in front of you because two is like an even number. So that should help make any decisions that you have to make a little bit easier. Also, you're a type of person, I think, that likes to stay in your own lane, like stay on your path. But, you know, like, you know, also the Two of Wands just shows like how strong you are as an individual because you're able to, you know, balance and be strong enough to, you know, hang out on this and still stay focused. Okay. So what else do you want here? Okay. They're asking me to bring out, I have a round deck here. I just cut it on Valley. Deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Like just what I was, the Two of Cups here. Oh my God. Wishbone was under that. Wish granted. Okay, let me get the rest of the deck. What's on the bottom? Okay. So I'm just going to shuffle this up a little bit here. And then I'm going to have me cut the deck. Next card. Wow, seems like gouging out here. Okay, let's see here. So I'm trying to split for me. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. Wow. So you have the Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success because you're doing something risky and taking a chance. I mean, like, how risky is that when you're balanced on that? Look, and then you have Axe, forces working against you. Forces working against you. It's probably why you have the Queen of Knives here. This Queen of Knives has a knowing. Okay, what else is here? Yoke, feeling tied down, frustrated, but that was in reverse. This one tried to peek out, but Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Okay, now or in the near future. Okay, we're going to set that aside. We want here. They want to bring out a couple more or tarot cards here. Oh my gosh. When I try to pull the deck off, the bottom one stuck. It's the Dreamer. A new start. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. Okay. So you're definitely starting. Oh my goodness. And I cut it on the Five of Wands. Yeah. Or Swords. Sorry. I'm looking at the swords. My brain's not computing. So, an unwise choice. There is a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. Okay, so that's something that you're being warned about. Okay. Really curious why they brought out this healing changing form card. Bring on the abundance. Okay. Right, Spirit, what do you need this group to know? Another one. Oh, they pulled it out. I was going to pull it out. Wow. An amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic now in the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. Wow. You know, they're really bringing up a lot of this fire energy, this the tiger, you know, how the tiger has this, okay, what's here on the bottom? The King. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, grounded, a time of great success, financial security and prosperity, the Midas touch, everything running out, turning out beautifully, a supportive parent and spouse, a good person to work for. You know, they're talking about this Queen of Knives here and that. Okay, let's see what's here. Wow. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, you have a lot going on here with the air and the fire here. I suppose with the water too. Yeah. Okay, so the Knight here says decisive, focused, driven, defensive, events that move with great speed, choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotional, sudden or unexpected changes, review your options carefully. Okay, because this is about, this card here is number 13, healing, changing form. There is nothing wrong with you. You are simply changing into a lighter version of yourself. You know, you might be questioning a lot, like what's going on, but you're just probably going through an awakening because, you know, we all go through awakenings, and sometimes our awakenings are subtle. You know, you just see something on the news and you call it BS. But then other times, you know, it's a deeply profound, shocking, um, event. You know what I mean? So, okay, another one on the bottom. Yeah, it was the King of Pentacles on the bottom. Okay, so what is it that you want them to know, Spirit? Okay, so they're asking me to bring out this deck here, and this deck is read in reverse and in the upright, so they have asked me to mix them, so I'm going to do that. So I'll flip this one upside down, and I'll flip this one upside down. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'll flip it upside down this way. Okay. All right. And I'm going to just shuffle them a little bit here. And then I'm going to mix them again in reverse. So I'll take this half and I'll flip it this way. Okay. Oops. The last reading I used these, they had me put them all in the upright. They didn't want anything right now. This one, they wanted in the, okay. All right, so what do you want this group to know, Spirit? Okay. We'll see the humor, levity, perspective, wisdom, playful. That's that Queen here. See the humor, number 33. You could be seeing number 33. So this card's 1, and this one's 33, and that one's 13. So there's a lot of 1s and 3s here, and this is group 1. So is there another card here? No, I just heard no. Okay. All right. They want me to pull out one of these here called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. Okay, so I think you would have been like wondering if you should be moving forward. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to just mix these first. I think this is like this new adventure that you're trying out, and I think you're kind of like nervous or worried or hesitant. But from the reading here, I mean, they're talking about how like you're going to be celebrating and how you're going to be meeting this having like, you know, you have like the King of Cups or the Queen of Knives in your life, like you're ready to bring on this abundance. I mean, they're talking about here about this deep personal strength and peace that assures success. And then here, this tiger is about doing something risky and taking a chance. But they're like, you know, listen to whoever this is because they have wisdom and they have a knowing and they have like a perspective. Okay, this card flipped. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Okay. So you're being weighed down. Look, lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Okay, so that is your advice today. Anything that's not aligned must go. Because if you're not aligned, you're not going to be able to celebrate here. And it comes right out under the celebration, but you have this like weight of the world. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So they're asking you to put some kind of boundaries down and let go of whatever it is that you're worrying about, and then it's not yours to carry. Okay, so there's one more here, and oh my goodness, look at on the bottom of this deck is a line too. Look, and that card flew out. It was on the bottom of the deck when I had it, and then it flew out, and I put it back in and shuffled it and set it down, and then it's back on the bottom again. So a line. So everything that's not aligned must go. You know, I think that's what your focus is, what you're, you know, and you'll notice too, like in this card, like he's holding the wand, and then in this one, they're holding the sword, and you know, like leading the charge. And then over here, they're holding this great idea that they have. They're focusing on it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so the other just wanted to bring awareness. Oh my God, they brought out 3. So they have awareness, love you, belief, and expectations. Okay, Spirit, it's on the bottom. Reflection. All right. And I'll see what this individual will know here, Spirit. Just one. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be doorways. It's, they're saying, like, you just stay focused, and they're splitting it here. Let it go. I'm not even joking. So they're look, and then underneath that is a dramatic shift, and that's what they're, you know, this healing card here that they keep getting me to look at. So there's a dramatic shift happening. So this dramatic shift that's going on in your life here, this is this changing form. They want me to read this pyrite, bring on the abundance first. And then they want me to, there's something in there. Pyrite. Oops. Okay, so there's pyrite. Bring on the abundance. Okay. You don't need $1 trillion to feel like $1 trillion. Really, abundance isn't about wealth or fancy things. Though that's admittedly hard to remember when we're lost in a sea of celebrity worshipping and over curated social media posts. Real abundance means having a mindset that recognizes beauty in the little things and savoring the profound riches of everyday experience, as well as the glorious vastness of the universe. You can start flexing your abundance muscles right now by immersing yourself in simple pleasures and feeling gratitude for all that you have. Bonus, when your brain's abundance made is activated, you're likely to attract more of that same magic. Look at that. So, and you know what? And they have here, like, see the humor, the perspective, the wisdom, playful. I think they're just trying to get you to like stay in that kind of energy, because they're saying here there's an amazing opportunity. You just need to be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now's the time to take the action. So, you know, they're just saying, like, if you just take this weight of the world and let it all go, something really, whatever you have planned for yourself, it's coming in. And you know, I don't think that you're completely Okay, they're asking me to bring out this deck here. Just bring out one more card. I knew you were going to get me to bring out more cards. Okay. Bird flying, news on the way. Okay. So there's some kind of news coming in here, but they're asking me to split this deck. Teapot, deep friendship, and someone of the same sex. So you're going to get some kind of news from someone from the same sex. It could be like one of your friends or something too, right? Because you have like this celebration here going on. Let me see what they want out of this book. Okay. Now they have these, this is new, so I don't really, they have, so healing. They have like these different sections for all these cards. So healing is number 13. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Healing number 13. There's nothing wrong with you. You are simply changing into a lighter version of yourself. You are in a process of ascension. You are a conscious being of divine light who is shifting and changing forms, moving from your carbon-based form into a lighter version of yourself in your liquid crystalline form. You are approaching true awareness of who you are as a conscious divine spark of light. Positive energies of light are increasingly coming from multiple sources to help you on your ascension journey. You are approaching multi-dimensionality and you are moving into lighter form, much like a butterfly that emerges from the chrysalis of a caterpillar. You are undergoing a similar experience. Some of the symptoms that you are feeling are directly related to your ascension process. Because dragonflies too, and you know how dragonflies like come from that water and they're birthed into and fly right out. Okay. You are undergoing a similar experience. Some of the symptoms you are feeling, yeah. Okay. You may experience feelings of disconnection, have trouble walking, bump into things, not be able to concentrate or focus on what you are doing, or experience inexplicable waves of bliss and joy. Bliss and joy, my goodness. Okay. These are all symptoms of you moving away from the third dimensional reality as you begin to connect more deeply and fully to the multidimensionality, the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th dimensions you are beginning to experience occur as all of our strands of DNA are opening and changing. Each DNA strand is connected to a specific dimension. You may begin to see yourself as a being with rays of light emanating from your solar plexus, fingers, or eyes, radiating beams of light into the 12 different dimensions as you are becoming your future multidimensional self. Well, that's a mind twist. Okay, so the advanced use is Universal Energy 13, integration. Recognize and integrate the process that you are experiencing as part of your healing. It is a process that is important and is accelerating. Wow, just like this is like it's saying here that like this one here, like it's coming in, like it's coming in fast, right? Okay, so let me see the advanced use. Let me see what it says here. Advanced use number 13. 13. Okay, so it says here, integrate all your experiences and everything you have achieved to move forward. You are truly a being of love. Okay, so I guess this is over for group group 1, and I'm going to move on to group 2. So I bid you a good day and sending love and light. Welcome, group 2. Let's see what you have going on here. Peridot, set those heavy bricks down already. Oh, what do you have going on here? Okay. Oh, hold on. They want me to bring out a card from this deck here. Okay, let's see here. This is a brand new deck, Palladium Wisdom. So we're going to see what they want you to know here. All right. Okay, so we're going to see what this one is. Relationship conflict number 10. Oh, there's a key there into this building. Always be open to the viewpoints of others to lessen or eliminate conflict. Okay, so there's something going on with the relationship here. Okay, I have a fan on, so it's kind of blowing things around a little bit. Okay, 9 of Wands. So, yeah, the 9 of Wands is where there's a lot of challenges, nonstop challenges. I'm not surprised because this one came out with the relationship conflict. Okay, and this one set those heavy bricks down already. There's something in this they want me to read, and they want me to read this at the end of the reading as well. So, you know, with all these wands here, it's like I think it's one of those situations where it just seems like you must be feeling tired because it just seems like challenge after challenge after challenge, to the point that you probably even want to just give up because you're just so over it. It's like every other day, it feels like another task, another responsibility. But like this also talks about like not giving up because you are so close. Like you see how like she has the wand in front of her, but look at all of the wands that's in behind her that you've already have gone through. So you're so close now because like you're on problem like 9, but maybe it's only to 10 and you finally are going to be free of it all. So try not to let those past struggles clog up your mind. Okay, let's, oh my goodness, see, and there's the Chariot. Look, number 7. So 7 is like all the different stages, you know what I mean? Number 7 is a very spiritual number. This card is also like a reminder, like which direction you want to be heading. Think about, all your accomplishments, that, like when you're in this, it's okay to feel down and, bogged down with all the things of life, but try not to let it keep you there. If you need to, just get in your car, go for a ride, get on a bike, go for a bike ride, just, think about all those moments that, where do you want to go? Where are you heading in your life? Think about all those accomplishments that you've done in the past that have given you some kind of joy and that gave you this great confidence, like building your confidence, giving you that boost. It's really, that about when you were feeling great about things, that makes you feel great about yourself. Like that's what you need to try to put your focus on because, we are many different things. We're not just moms or dads or brothers or sisters or daughters and sons. And, we're just not all of those things. We are all of those things, but we are much, much more than just those earthly things. Do you know what I mean? So, think about all those times that you, oh my goodness, now you have the 9 of Knives. You're just really torturing yourself, aren't you? So, this is talks about like you need some more rest. I think your mind is like on fast forward and you cannot find any kind of real peace or understanding of what's happening in your world if you're not getting enough rest because you're not going to be able to make solid, firm, best choices with your decisions. You know what I mean? So having that rest, that's really going to help a lot. And it's really going to help bring some peace to yourself. You could be having a lot of feelings of guilt or depression, But I mean, again, like I said, like this is natural when you're going through really hard stuff. It's natural to feel like the weight of the world is, like it just keeps, every other day there's a problem or an issue or a task or responsibility, but, just getting that rest. And, it's natural to have like these thoughts and emotions. Like that is part of just being human. This card is also like all those, again, it's all about those thoughts and how you use them against yourself. So, you need to not be blaming yourself, because you are only human. You're just like me. And, I've been here, you know what I mean? But also, they're trying to tell you, like, even though, like, your day could start this way and your day could end this way, like, there's all those moments in between where you can try to lift yourself up and, remind yourself all the things that you have accomplished, all the things that have not technically been your fault, I guess. Like, try not to blame yourself so much. My gosh. Maybe reach out to some friends or family and, they'll help see you through these hard times. But really, you know, trying to spend that time, thinking of all those good qualities of yourself, all those good moments. Look, there you go. There's that self judgment right there. And that's what this is all about. Like, this is like, you could even be holding grudges or, not just blaming yourself, but holding grudges too. So really, it's important to release the past and forgive, or do an atonement. Whatever you need to do to find your peace is what you need to do. So, accept yourself for who you are, accept the circumstances for what they are, and, try to let go of that, the judgments and the conflict and all that, because, this card came out immediately, relationship, conflict. Always be open to a viewpoint of others to lessen or eliminate the conflict. And I think a lot of this conflict is going on within you. I mean, this could have started with, a relationship, work related. I don't know. I mean, the world is really accelerating in a chaotic way, but also in that chaotic way, there's also a lot of peace and healing that is going on in a different level, because this is like a 3D type energy. Spirit. Okay, so they're asking me to bring out my round deck here. Look, dogs barking, advice from a friend. Okay, so you're getting some advice here. Look, wishbone, a wish is granted. I think you've been asking for help or assistance or some kind of guidance of some sort. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, yeah, I think it has to do with some kind of relationship that's gone. Okay. So you're going to get some advice here today. Look at that. Look how that pulled out. Look, angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. I mean, it did come out straight, but it just the way it hit, it rolled. Okay. So you're getting, your angel's going to come and give you some advice here. Okay. Spirit, you want one more? Okay. So they're saying here to pay attention to your finances. Okay. So there's something going on here with your finances. Is there another card here, Spirit? They said there's one more actually for you here. Okay, here we go. Club. Something will try to make you do something against your will. Look at that. And then grapes come right behind it. Time to go out and have fun. Okay, so you're getting advice here from your angels. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're getting advice here from your angels. They want you to watch your purse. Someone will try to make you do something you don't want to do, so it could cost you some finances here. And the grape here is time to go out and have some fun, but you can have fun without spending money. They want another card here. They want me to cut it this time. I want to shuffle here and then cut it. Oops. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to, oh my God, here they have June, another angel card. Okay, there's something about June. I don't know what the June is here. I'm just going to split this here. Okay. Carrots. This one. A yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated. No joke. Okay. This could be something that started in June. It's on the bottom. Funnel. Period of frustration. Lessons to be learned. Yeah. You know what? Take it that way. That's what they're saying here. Like, look at it as in, look, psychic ability. Trust your intuition. And two-faced friend underneath that. Okay, so you're being warned here. Okay, so they're saying here that like this period of frustration, lessons to be learned, they want you to understand that you're not just here to suffer. You know what I mean? Like, you have to look at these, these moments of pain as in, what was I supposed to learn from this? And that's how you release this judgment. So you do one at a time, and you cast the light on it. That's what they're saying. Like, see how all this darkness, you cast the light on it, you look at that, and you say, that's why this is all with the healing, this heart healing here. Even that light is kind of green, and we're the judgment card. Now, if you cast light on each little thing that gets you into this kind of depressed state, look at it as what am I supposed to learn from the situation? What has that I needed to understand, and analyze it, and then sort through it and say, oh, you know what I mean? Because then when you come back, in a couple days, and you think about it again, or you just think about it for a couple days, you're going to find that answer of what you were meant to learn. And then, so don't look at it at all as like just upset and depression. Like, think about it as like lessons that you're learning. You know what I mean? Okay, so they're asking me to bring out another tarot deck here, and this is an angel tarot deck. Again, another wisdom deck. So there's a lot of wisdom that they want you to. Okay, so let's see here. Oh my goodness. The Three of Wands here. So planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. Just like this card here, the Chariot, because this talks about, if you look at this closely, like, like, you have this ship flying in the air. You have the moon, the water. I mean, you think about those past choices that have made you feel good, and have pride in those successes that you have, and then, like I said, like, get in that Chariot and decide which direction you want to go in. Okay, they're asking for another card here. Oh my goodness, the Star card popped out here. And then underneath that is the Ten of Cups. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this a little bit. They want another card. This one? No. Okay. At the bottom, managing your resources wisely. Look at that. And, just like they were talking about, watch your purse over here. So the Four of Pentacles here is managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give or receive money, time or emotions, smart business decisions, seeing things as black or white, being charitable. So you need to be that was it, 2 warnings about your finances here. Oh my goodness. We have the 4 of Swords here. So we have insights that come from meditation, the need to rest or take a vacation, just like this, about resting. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion. Get more sleep, just like we were talking about here in the 9 of Knives. It's the same with the 4 of Wands here. Okay, so that is something that you really need to be aware of. Okay, one more thing here. They want me to bring this deck here, another angel deck. Look, your dreams are within reach. Faith, patience, excitement, relief. That would come out of the Chariot here. I'm going to split it here. Okay. Zed Keel, purple. Destiny, pride, conscious forgiveness. See? That's what they're saying. Like, just have that forgiveness, not just for others, but for yourself. I mean, why torture yourself? Just learn to let this stuff go. But analyzing it and find out what you were supposed to learn is a way for you to not repeat the same mistakes, right? Okay. Look at that. Faith, optimism, excitement, and breakthrough. Number 13. Okay. It comes right out under the Chariot. Look at this. Law of attraction. My angels are with me. Life loves me. I am beautiful. I am prosperous. Everything is going to work out. Action, thought, feeling, diligence. And this is in the upright. So this is what they're saying. Like, this is what you need to do, because, you know, number 26 is also, could be an 8. And 8s are like the affinity symbol. So what goes around comes around. You know what I mean? So this type of thinking, when you're thinking about like this abundance mind, you're thinking, you know, faith and optimism, excitement, it will bring a breakthrough. It'll help you break out of these things here. So you need to be saying these things to yourself. My angels are with me, and they are, because they came out twice in this reading. Plus they had me bring out the angel decks here, and this is an angel deck too. So it's all about your action, your thought, your feeling, and your diligence. Okay? So really pay attention to those negative thoughts, because they can really get out of control and spiral people into depression. And that's something that you just don't want to be, you know, dealing with that, because that's just going to make your life even worse. Called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Okay. Do you want this deck? Okay, no, they don't want this deck for you. Okay. They want one of these ones, though. Tree deck here. Oh, I forgot to see what was on the bottom. Inner growth. Yeah, that's what it's about, too. Like, they want that inner growth for you. Look, and then it'll bring a connection. Oh, my goodness. It'll bring a connection to your higher self. And it'll help you with making these kind of decisions, because, you know, these kind of decisions are difficult enough. So, but having that, you know, being able to connect in with your higher self or with your angels or your guides in any way will help you get through. Subtle energy. Universe. Yeah. So what they're saying here is, with this subtle energy, like, just like doing like a meditation, like, though it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's subtle. You know what I mean? And this subtle energy brings this inner growth, is what they're saying here. Like, trying to spend some time outside, and having that faith and the excitement, having optimism, you know, all in the universe. Okay, they're splitting it here. They want another message. It's for your well-being. Yes, it's all for your well-being. But yeah, you have to have willingness. Well, they're bringing out the willingness, because, you know, you have to be willing to change this mindset. Like, it's something you have to actively do. Okay. Let me split this here. Look, that's the only way to bring you into your ascension. Yeah. It'll help this inner growth here, will help you ascend. Okay, so they want me to read this card here, this one, and then they're going to me read this one. So set those heavy bricks down already. Peridot. Okay, Peridot. Peridot. Set those heavy bricks down. Okay. What energetic burdens are you carrying around right now? What onerous feelings are you holding on to? The rich green magic of Peridot is here to help you lighten your load. Bad things do happen sometimes, and our circumstances will inevitably affect our overall well-being. Look at that. But it is decidedly not your responsibility to drag sadness, jealousy, anger, or fear around with you forever. You are not an emotional baggage cart, and your spiritual muscles need a break. Take an inventory of what's weighing you down. Then, when you're ready, resolve to gently unload some or all of those heavy items. Release them with love and allow yourself to regain a sense of lightness in your heart. You deserve that. You know what? And that's what they were talking about when that other card came out about oh shoot, it jumped in my mind when I was reading this. To unload, like it basically, like I can't remember what the card was now or whatever. It repeated the message. And then this one here is relationship conflict. So this could be creating a lot of your problems here, this relationship conflict thing. So purpose, evolution, these all come in different like cards. Manifesting, healing, relationship. Here we go. Number 10. Okay, number 10. This is number 10 here. So every time you meet conflict, recognize the conflict is there in order for you to heal the split of duality as you continue to evolve. See, and then you have the duality, and here you're in the middle, the chariot's in the middle. See that duality they're talking about? That's kind of mind-blowing. Okay, every conflict that comes to you is there to show you how to change something within yourself. Conflicts exist to show you how to relate with each other at a higher level. Listen to others' perspectives, examine your beliefs, eliminate judgments, and accept what all others have to offer. Share your own thoughts without insisting that you are right or promoting your own personal agenda. Resolution of conflict can bring you closer to creating harmonious relationships and communities. This way of being this way of being opens, oh my goodness, do it again. This way of being open brings more agreement into all of our relationships, and without it, all relationships will continue to be challenged. So the advanced use here is manifestation. So universal energy 10, manifestation. Use every challenge as an opportunity to manifest something different and better in all your relationships. So let's go to, there's an advanced meaning here. So number 10, isn't it? Number 10. Okay, so it says every challenge is an opportunity. Use what you have learned in the process. 9 universal energies to manifest what you want. Wow. All right, Spirit. Okay, so that's this reading. So I hope this video finds you well. And I'm going to bid you a good day and I'll move on to group 3, sending love and light. Oh, yeah. And they're saying, like, remember, you are the key. Thank you, Spirit. Welcome, group 3. Let's see what you've chosen here. Emerald. Tend your emotional garden. Okay. This is about like self-care. Okay, so they're going to have me bring out a card from this deck. It's a new deck. All right, so I'm going to give it this here. card they want you to... All right, Spirit, what does this group need to know here? Relationship harmony, number 9. It's like the yin and yang. Harmonize opposite and dualistic viewpoints for more and more balanced life. See here? So we have the Ace of Knives. The Ace of Knives, this is a bit like the aha moment, like the clarity. It's all about your brain power and your thought processes. And yeah, I guess stay connected to that because, you know, that's good. Oh, here we go. This is the Eight of Knives here. The Eight of Knives, it's like about being stuck. So you've gotten some kind of aha moment about what's going on here. So, you know, I think you've come to realize, though, that you were the only one holding yourself back. You know what I mean? You need to decide what you want and what you want to be doing, and don't let anything get in the way of you reaching your goals. Like, pick some kind of direction, even if it scares you. I mean, you know, life is scary in general, I guess, you know, but intuition, like, that will tell you soon enough if it feels right. Like, if something doesn't feel right, if you have that feeling in the pit of your stomach, then you know you're on the wrong way of thinking or the wrong path. You know, don't ignore your intuition. Here's the Hermit. Yeah, you know what? That's it. You know, that's just like they were saying, like, you know, in the Hermit energy, that's where you're going to, you know, with the Ace of Knives, that's where you're going to get your aha moment. You know, you're going to be, you know, you might feel like you're in the dark right now, but you know what? Putting that light on it, taking that time, and you're going to come out with all the answers that you need. You know, because this really, the Hermit's where you're going into like a meditation to reflect, to find like a clearer path that you want to take. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then we have 15, the Devil card. Okay. So, you know, before I get into that card, you know, like I notice here, like this is like the Eight of Knives, and this, like the Hermit card is number 9. So it's almost like you're going from here and switching to here. Like you know that you have to, this is the next step that you have to take. So this Devil card here, this is all about like those icky parts of your life. You know, like those bad habits of something or someone that's causing you drama or problems. You know, this person could even like give you icky feelings, or a situation might give you that. And again, that's that, like that deep down feeling that you get in the pit of your stomach, and that just gives you that kind of like that, you know, those are the subtle things that you're being warned about. So if you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like that is your warning that something's not right, that something is going on behind the scenes, like this isn't the right thing for you. You know, like you don't have to make snap decisions. You can just take that time, go into like your little hermit mode. And like if you don't have an answer to something, like somebody wants an answer from you and you don't have an answer, and you haven't had time to really think about it, there's nothing wrong with you saying like, well, I need time to think about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just push that off and say, I need time to think about it. But to be fair to that person, you need to really do take the time to think about it. You know what I mean? Okay. So what else do you want here? Okay. So they're asking me to bring out my round deck here. So Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, I think you already know. That's because of the Devil card. That's that icky feeling that I was talking about. Like they're just always, you know, there's something there that's ready to pick your bones, right? Worry that somebody's against you. You know, you have to be careful with that too, because you know, you might have to bring yourself into some kind of protective light. See how she's got this flashlight here? Shine that light from within. Like Cover yourself, surround yourself in that kind of light. You know, that explains too, because it says here, like, this relationship card is about the harmony. And see, like, oh yeah, I just noticed the angel wings here. Harmonize opposite and dualistic viewpoints for more a balanced life. Yeah, you have to accept other people's boundaries and other people's opinions and whatnot. But I mean, you don't have to make it your own, but finding a way. You know, you might find this, but I mean, this is going to give you, like, I'm telling you, like, that's how you're going to know. Like, that's how you're going to know this person doesn't mean you well. If you get that icky feeling, that means you don't, you know, you're just not going to resonate with that person. So try not to have any conflict. You know, here's horse, short journey. I think you're going to find out soon enough, whoever this individual is that's against you, slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, so you're working on something. I don't know what's going on with this relationship here. What is up with this card? Okay, one more here. Owl. Good advice from a wise person. Okay. So maybe you're seeking, or you need to seek. Okay. What else here? Vase. Secret admirer. Yeah. You got to be careful with that kind of stuff, though, because, you know, if they give you the ick, then you need to avoid them. Work, achievement, success. Work, achievement, success. Yeah, working on yourself. That's what you need to be doing, working on yourself. You know, it's okay to be going in those hermit modes before it looks coin. Money will be coming to you. It was sideways though. So it might be coming, but it might be coming from a direction that you're not expecting it. Okay. Another one here, Spirit. Red. Period of prosperity and abundance. Okay. That's good, I guess. Abundance could be anything too, though. Abundance could be, you know, relationships, friends. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. And you have Rooster here. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And there you go, right there. Okay. So whoever you're dealing with, it's probably been trying your patience. Disappointment in some affair. Yeah. You know, I think you might need to cut ties with whoever this individual is, because, you know, I'll notice that they have, like, she's all wrapped up with rope here, and then they brought out the scissors. Yeah, I think you need to cut ties with that individual. Look, and finger, that came out in the first one too. Warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. I think it's this boastful individual, because they're bringing up the relationship and the harmony and all that. Okay, they're asking me to bring out another oracle deck here, or tarot deck. This is from the Angel Wisdom. So let's see here. So you're going to get some good advice from this wise old owl here. So this is somebody that's looking out for you. This one. One, two. It's on the bottom. Here we go. Stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Have confidence. Challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. Just like this card here, but the harmony here. Seven of Wands. Stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Have confidence. Challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. Oh goodness, look at this. Sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody, messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. And that's where, if you're going into like the Hermit, that will help, because you gotta remove all that external noise so that you can tap in, right? Oh my goodness, this came out in the last one too. Managing your resources wisely. Look, and the coins are here. Extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions. Smart business decisions. Seeking things as black or white. Being charitable. Okay. Okay, what else do you want them to know here, Spirit? Okay, they're asking me to bring out this angel deck here. And these cards are red, reverse, in reverse here. Let's see. I was just asking, do you want me to do it or you want to bring it out? Look, they brought out perfect timing. Look at this. Auspicious, clockwork, planning, patience. Yeah, everything is in like perfect timing. Okay, so this is all happening in perfect way. Look at this. Time to go, but it was in reverse. Let's see what it says in reverse here. Stagnation, wandering, questioning, dead end. Okay, so that's what they're trying, that's what they want you to know, that, you might feel like you're in a dead end, but you just need to keep going in and questioning, and then you're going to get all your aha moments. You might be stagnant, but that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be stagnant, because when you're stagnant, that's the time, like I said, when you go in here and you really focus in on like these icky people and these icky situations. This is what's helping to lead you into a new path. Like it's going to help take all those blinders off. You're not going to see things in these rose colored glasses anymore, because here it's saying here that, because you're so, like I said, because you're so sensitive and open-hearted and inexperienced, it's probably creating all these moods here. But they're saying messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. And remember when here it says this romantic encounter, and then this card here came out about how you might be meeting somebody that's not so good. So, always use those intuitions, like take that time. Like I said, if you don't have an answer right away, you just say, I need time to think about it. I need time to decide what I want to do, what I want out of my life, or whatever the situation is. You don't have to answer right away. This deck here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right, Spirit, what do you want them to know here? Let me cut. Oh, it's just going to cut it here. I cut it twice. Unity, sweetness, align. Okay, so I think what's with this perfect timing, something has to be aligned. And over here it's saying that you're like really sensitive and open-hearted. So I think you have this sweetness about you that people recognize. Yeah, look, and here it is, overthinking. Well, it's like overthinking, and they were talking about that black and white in the last reading too, seeing things in black and white. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay. You need to align your energy, and seeing this is also like that balance, that duality. You always have to have the right balance, you know what I mean? And everything does come in that perfect timing. Okay, I'm going to pull this one out here. And this one here. So on the bottom, love you. Yeah, that's your angels telling you that. Look, and they're going to open a doorway for you. Oh my goodness, holding back. Yeah, I think you're holding back yourself. Because that's what this card is all about. Like, you're the only one that's standing in your own way. Okay, they're sending love to you though, because let's see here. Make a wish. Wow. And come together. All right, so that's, this is like personal, because I don't know what your wish is, and I don't know what this come together is, but something about harmony in relationships. So they're going to have me read this Emerald, tend your emotional garden. Tend your emotional garden. Okay. See, the thing is too, when you're somebody that is really sensitive, like they're saying here, and that you're heightened psychic abilities, like, that could make you moody, because, you got to remember, like, you might not even realize that you have like psychic abilities, but, you could be like a really strong empath. And the thing is, like, you're going to absorb the things around you. Like, so sometimes you could be like really moody, but it might not even be your emotions. And that's why it's important to go into this hermit mode and decide what you need and what steps to take forward, and, like, really cleansing your aura and balancing and aligning your chakras probably would be really beneficial to you. So Emerald, here we go. Emerald, tend your emotional garden. Emerald's lush green energy nourishes whatever needs nourishing without giving too much or too little. Perhaps right now, your life could benefit from these precious gems. Gentle temperance, too. Take some deep breaths and assess the balance of your emotions. I was just talking about that. You are certain, are certain feelings taking up too much space and focus? Are other parts of your heart and soul wilting from lack of attention? Like a plant needs a just right mix of light, water, soil, and sweet talking. Your emotional life and inner world require a special regime to thrive too. With kindness and care, all things can grow, including your relationships, your self discipline, or the temperamental fiddle leaf fig in your living room. Find your emotional equilibrium so you can act from a place of truth instead of reacting to a feeling that may float on by as quickly as it drifted in. Just like I was saying, because drifted in, that's funny, the water here, because I think you're picking up on other people's emotions. So I think what's going on here. Okay, so they want me to read this one, this harmony and relationship. Number 9. This is a new deck, so okay, this is relationship. They come in all these different. Okay, number 9, harmony. So here we go. Harmonize opposite and dualistic viewpoints for a more balanced life. And that's what this card talked about. That was a very okay. That's cool. Okay, there is always an opposing viewpoint that is different from the perspective you may hold in duality. Lakama tells us that we need to learn to recognize that there can be two rights, combining them together rather than insisting that you are right and someone else is wrong creates harmony rather than conflict. Additional viewpoints also broaden our perspective and bring more unity and connection. And that card unity came out too from this deck. Okay. This creates a more harmonious and whole relationship. Move beyond any limited perspectives of duality that may cause separation, fear, or judgment. Just because you do not agree with someone does not make them wrong. Different does not mean wrong. Accept the other person as they are and make a choice to either be in their energy or to move yourself away from discord and into a more harmonious situation. Wow. And you see like this duality here that they have with the, you know what I mean? And then they brought out the card about the black and white tree that came out. Okay, so advanced use. Universal energy is harmony. The balance you seek is always can always be found in your own heart. Use that to find harmony between you and others. And see, that's what the green is. It's all about the heart healing. Okay, and there's an advanced thing here. That's number 9. Let's see, the 9. Return to your heart to find natural balance and harmony, and then use that harmony in the outer world. Okay, well, that was really good, Spirit. Thank you very much for this reading. And I'm just going to close it. And I hope this video finds you well. I hope it's been helpful. And I bid you a good day and send in love and light.